So, hi, Professor. My name is Parth, and me and my group is going to discuss about Black Lives Matter movement. And my name is Parth, and these are my group members' names. Next slide, please, Tejbir. So, these are the contents that what our topic is about. So, starting with the introduction, research background, and then we will conclude at the end that what we concluded from this topic. Next slide, please, Tejbir. So I'm gonna start with introduction, like what Black Lives Matter is. So media coverage of Black Lives Matter has gained global attention and action around the world. And by using this theory, this study seeks that how media depicted the Black Lives Matter movement and how people think about that. So the communication research study highlights it in detail their power of the general public opinion and their importance in society. Next slide, please, Tejpal. So I'm gonna discuss about the research background now. So the some of the frameworks include four important factors, starting with mass society theory, and the second is media as a manipulative tool. And we discuss theories about the same in the lecture, like the bullet hypodermic theory and effects on masses and elite control. And talking about their significance, so Black Lives Matter is a movement which is a hot topic right now and has sparked debates and discussions all around the world. And since that case, when the George Floyd was at the hands of the police officer, because of that, this case was the center of attraction as well. So I will conclude that this topic is directly significant with communication research. So that's all from my part. Now my friend will continue with the same. Thank you.
So, good evening, Professor. My name is Tejil, and now I'll start my part with methodology. So, we have chosen to do this research through a survey, and in this, the participants were asked some pre experiment survey questions to gather their knowledge and exposure about the Black Lives Movement. And the participants were divided into three groups, and they were shown different types of media content with respect to the Black Lives Matter. Each group was asked to judge their level of support for the Black Lives Matter after the survey, and the variable chosen was the level of support for the uh, Black Lives Matter movement. And the data collection method was via survey. So now let's talk about the experimental process. In this, people will be divided into experimental cohorts exposed to either positive media presentation, negative media representation, or both. Visuals will be used to demonstrate the sequence and depict how people interact with multiple media representations. And this experimental setup is intended to replicate real world scenarios in a way that allows us to discern how different narratives influence audio reactions. Now I'll ask my another friend to continue the presentation. Thank you.
So, hello everyone. Am I visible? Yeah. So, my name is Shubh, and I'm going to talk about data analysis, in which I'm going to talk about what data analysis are and what we have the findings. So, by this, I'm going to start. So, the results of the data collection demonstrate how media exposure influences participants' attitudes and behavior through the use of suitable charts and graphs. Prior to and following their media exposure, the respondents were asked to rank their level of support for Black Lives Matter. So, further, the pie chart summarizes the answers in terms of the percentage of respondents who answers these questions. Can you please turn to the next slide? So here we can see we have pre-experiment survey results. We have three pie charts, which we have different colors, which shows what percentage we have of who. So the first chart depicts rate of understanding of Black Lives Movement Black Lives Matter movement of scale 1 to 5. The second shows how often do you hear about Black Lives Matter movement in media on a scale of 1 to 5. Third, rate your level of support for Black Lives Matter movement on scale of 1 to 5. Can you please turn to the next slide? Here we have post-experiment surveys result. Here we also have three charts which shows the rate of a level for like Black Lives Matter movement. And we have three groups here. Can you please turn to the next slide? So here we have findings and discussion like what we found from those pie charts, what we understood from them. So compared to the other group members, members of group A are more likely to have good attitudes toward Black Lives Matter movements and to be inclined to participate in supporting behaviors because they have been exposed to media that portrays the movement in a fair and peaceful manner. Because Group B was exposed to more media coverage of disorder and violence during Black Lives Matter demonstrations, they are less likely to participate in BLM related activities and have lower favorable opinions of the movement. Can you please turn to the next slide? So I'm going to continue with Group C saw a variety of programming and more likely documented mild reaction. This study is expected to offer compelling evidence of how the media has influenced public opinion and behavior about the Black Lives Matter movements in line with the mass society theory. This has to do with public discourse, media accountability, social transformation, and how media representation affects how social views social and political movements. That's all from my part. My friend is going to continue. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Tejbir and I will be discussing about implications and applications. So firstly, implications. The experiment on media influence on what people think about Black Lives Matter and is the mass society and how far has it been impli like the implications are. Such findings could reveal how media represents affect attitudes which inform just a second. Which inform conversations and around support for social movement. This has implications for media accountability, ethics in journalism, and qualifying media real influence on public reaction. So, secondly, is application. The result of this experiment can be valuable for media practices, which emphasize the importance of responsible storytelling. By considering the final details implications of multiple media representations, strategic and communication can help movements such as Black Lives Matter. According to mass society theory applied, a programmatic, pragmatic, representative to show respective to to media studies led to discourse based on society concerns as influenced by media. So the next part will be continued by my teammate.
Hi hi everyone, my name is Sudip, and I'm going to conclude this PowerPoint slides. So here I go. The study mainly focused on the broader consequences of media responsibility, and it also helps to find out the level in which public can understand the media's function and huge impact of media. This also helps to find out how the media represents events like Black Lives Matter and how this impacts what individuals think and do. The major purpose is to determine how much the media can impact public opinion, especially when it comes to important subject like social racial justice. To make sense all of these events, the study also talks about knowledge and mass society. The researchers want to understand the complicated relationship between media image, public opinion, and the ongoing battle for racial justice by focusing on the Black Lives Matter movement. So it gives the vital information on how this media influence our awareness and response to the social problems like Black Lives Matter, like social injustice. To conclude this study mainly focused on the Black Lives Matter movement, which shed light on the role of media in shaping discussion about racial justice. So thank you. That's all from me, and have a good night.
So the next page is for the references, and they are professor. That's all for our group. Thank you. Tejbir, you can just pause the recording and just end the class. Thank you.